Hey guys, today is the very last day of the slow cooker Croctober craziness. So 31 days of videos with you guys seeing me or us doing slow cooker meals or dishes, side dishes, some desserts, one breakfast, and lots of dinners. So I'm planning on tomorrow sharing the thoughts about what we, which ones we might do again, which ones we probably wouldn't do again, what we might or might not change, how we feel about the slow cooker situation of doing 31 days in a row. And you guys have seen 31 days in October, but we did actually start this in September so that I could have the videos ready for you starting the 1st of October. So today is the very last one. And it is, and I don't know if I'm saying this right or not, but it's Grillades and cheese grits. And this is something Noah picked. It's almost looks like a stew that you put over grits, or not a stew exactly, but like a meat mixture that's, I don't know, I'll show you. But it's steak that you sear it, and then you put it in a slow cooker, and then you mix all kind of other things with it. Jeff is getting some peppers, onions, and celery prepped. I did the garlic while he was over there. I went ahead and squished it into the, or minced it with the little crusher into the thing, because we don't buy the pre-chopped stuff. So we just do the work ourselves. So this is what you need, but we did not have enough of the round steak because I used it for another recipe because I wasn't thinking right. So we used, what was this you put up? Is it sirloin? It's sirloin. I don't know if that makes a difference. We were not going to go buy anything to do this with because we had bought the round steak for it, but I used the round steak in another, it doesn't matter. Anyway, this will be fine. We need 2 pounds of top round, cut, it's about 1/2 inch thick, cut into 2-inch pieces. We do have a tiny bit more than 2 pounds. How much more, Jeff?
0.1.
Oh, 0.1. That ain't enough to even worry about. Never mind, I didn't say that. 1 teaspoon of salt divided, 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour divided, and I'll tell y'all why it's divided in a few minutes. 2 8-ounce containers of refrigerated pre-chopped celery, onion, and pepper mix. Look at that, it's already pre-chopped. There's 2 8-ounce things. He has already pre-chopped it. 3 cloves of garlic, which is in there too, minced. 1 14-ounce can of beef broth, which y'all know that I don't use the beef broth. I don't buy the cans or the cartons because they take up a lot more space. So I just use my reverse osmosis water and the bouillon powder or the paste that you refrigerate. I have the powder of the beef right now. Alright, let's see. Where was I at? 1 teaspoon of dried Italian seasoning, 1/2 teaspoon of ground red pepper. The only ground red pepper that I have, well, I have some, I think it's annatto pepper, which I may go grab that, but the only other one I have is cayenne. I don't know if it's supposed to be hot or what. Kind of seems like this might be a Cajun dish in a way, so maybe it's supposed to be the hot stuff. I don't know. 2 14.5-ounce cans of diced tomatoes with basil, garlic, and oregano. 2 cups of uncooked quick cooking grits. 2 cups, 8 ounces of Gruyere cheese shredded. We could not find 8 ounces without having to pay an extra $4 or $5. So we only have 7 ounces, and for the other ounce, I'm just probably gonna just put some cheddar. I don't know, we may not put anything. I'll talk, what do you think, Jeff? Do you want to put the other ounce? We're not gonna worry about the other ounce. And then garnish is chopped fresh parsley, which we have over there, if you can, right, how do you point there? We don't need it yet. It's at the end, so we'll wash it and chop. I don't want it chopped yet. That'd be bad to chop it right now because we got to cook this for 6 hours on low, or until the steak is very tender. So I'm gonna get the camera over here so y'all can see what I'm doing. You know, yeah, it did say tablespoons of vegetable oil. I don't know if I told y'all that or not. But I'm going to get this over here so I can get to going with it and get the food started. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And drain one and not the other one. Flour. I just made a mess a little bit. Okay, so the instructions say to sprinkle the steak with 1/2 teaspoon of salt and the pepper. So I'm gonna get the 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and Daisy's gonna scream at us. So there's 1/2 teaspoon, and I will mix it in some. And then the whole amount of the pepper, the black pepper, the regular pepper, put that in. And then the flour, all except 1 tablespoon. You put the whole, let me see what's wrong with that cat. I don't know why she's screaming, she's been fed. Jeff put something in her chair, so she's not happy and she's letting us know it. Okay, so now I forgot where I was at, other than I'm dredging this in the flour, which I should have put it in a bag. I should have got you to put this in a bag. Yeah, I think I will. I didn't think about it whenever I was doing it. Of course, this is another one of those recipes that I've never made before, so I wish I wouldn't have put the stuff in there yet. Here, can you help me out here? I don't know the best way to do it. I don't want to lose any of the seasoning. What? Alright, so it's easier to do stuff like this in a bag. So, there we go. Now, I've got the oil in this pan, and what I'm supposed to do is, on medium-high heat, put the steak in and cook it for about 3 minutes, and then I'm going to transfer it to my slow cooker, and then I'll do some more things. So I'm going to do a little bit, I'm doing it a little bit at a time, but I'm going to do whatever fits in this pan, and then I will, I'm not going to do all of it with you guys because you don't have to see it multiple times, is what I'm saying. But I'm going to do part of this, show you how it's supposed to look, and then do it off camera the rest of the way. Actually, y'all may not be able to see that. Jeff is opening up the cans of tomatoes, and then put them in the pan. I think it's the way I'm going to do it. What is it? Just until they're browned a little bit, because you're not trying to cook them through. You're just trying to sear them a little bit, I guess is what it is. I might flip that one again on the other side since it's kind of funky shaped. But that's all you do, is you get them browned, put them in the slow cooker, and if you were using a really big pan, you could probably do them all at once, but I just chose to use this pan because I can handle it easier right now. And I do have my reserved flour for later. I wasn't going to put it in a bag like that, but I didn't know what else. I didn't want to put it in a bowl, so I did that. Kind of wait until they kind of come loose from the pan on their own. That's when I feel like, yeah, that was ready. Alright, so I'm going to start, once they get loose from the pan on their own, I'm going to start putting them into my slow cooker. Now, it says to use a non-stick pan, and I don't have those anymore. I don't use them anymore. But if you have it and you want to use it, that's your business. But I just don't use them anymore. So I'm going to start putting these into the slow cooker, which I do have the slow cooker on low. It didn't say to do that. I just chose to because I like to preheat it. But I'm going to get them all in there. I'm going to get them all seared. Get them all in the slow cooker, and then I'll bring y'all back for the next part. Okay, so the next step after you get all the meat done is you add the celery mix and the garlic to the skillet. And let's see. You add that to the skillet and you saute it for 3 minutes, and then you add the broth. So I turned me a timer on so that I would do it for the right amount of time. So I'll come back whenever that time is up. Okay, so this is sauteed for 3 minutes, and the next step is to add the beef broth. And you stir around, try to get all those little bits out of the bottom. And let's see. And then as soon as I stir a little, you know, try to get some of that up out of the bottom of it, I put in the Italian seasoning and the red pepper. I think I've got quite a bit of it out. Because all that down in the bottom of it is just flavor. It's just from the meat and the flour and salt and pepper. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put the Italian seasoning. And then the red pepper flakes. Or the red pepper, not red pepper flakes. Stir that around. I'm going to move the camera and I'm going to do the next part of it. But that's all you do at this point with this. Is get that all mixed together and all the bits off the bottom. Okay, another thing that I did wrong with the first batch is you were supposed to do it 3 minutes on each side, but that's alright. I did okay with the rest of it. And I had thought that it said 3 minutes total, but it was 3 minutes on each side. So you pour this mixture over the top of this. So you get all that stuff out by putting the broth and everything in there. It's deglazing the pan. Alright, you put that in there. And then I have the 2 cans of tomatoes. One of them has been drained. Oh, I made a mess. And the other one has not. And you mix that together. And then you cook it on low for 6 hours. Or until the meat is tender. And then I'll come back and do the rest of the stuff, or talk to y'all about the rest of the stuff. I may not do the grits. I'm probably not going to do the grits with y'all, because the grits, it's just grits. And, well, I'll do the cheese part, but the cooking part, it's just grits. And adding the Gruyere. Is it Gruyere? Yes. Gruyere cheese to it. So I may or may not do that part with you. I don't know. We'll see. So I'll be back later. Okay, so I have y'all on the opposite side that I normally do because the washing machine's going. But I'm about to do the next part. You put it up on high and you take 2 tablespoons of water and that reserved tablespoon of flour. It's all-purpose flour, and you mix that together. And I did check this meat to see if it was tender. So it's ready for the next part. I can get all this flour into this little bowl. Okay. This is the fork that I checked the meat with, so that's why it looks like it's dirty. It's not dirty, it's just been in here. So I'm going to mix this together. And it says to mix it till it's smooth, which I think it's there. And then put it into this mixture, stir it up, and let it cook for an additional 15 minutes. And then it'll be ready to eat. So it tells you how to do the grits, but we're just going to do them our regular way, and we're not going to have as many grits as what it says because we think that's too much for us. So I'll come back when it's time to add the cheese to the grits because that part is part of the recipe. Okay, so we made about half the amount of grits and didn't do anything except just the grits and water the way it said, which is odd to me because I usually put butter and salt in it. And this is the Gruyere. That's a horrible sound. At least it is to me. And we're gonna mix this together. I hope. I don't know. That seems pretty stiff, those grits do. That's crazy. Maybe I got too big of a spoon. I don't know. If I need to, I'll add some hot water I've got over here. If I feel like they're too thick or something. They're doing all right now. I just had to get them stirred around some. But I don't remember ever tasting Gruyere cheese before. Do you, Jeffrey? Oh, it smells good. You sure you only, what am I saying? Only want to put that much in there? We put half the amount of cheese that it's supposed to be. And I guess they're supposed to be stiff so that you can put the juicy stuff over them. But I'm going to take this over to the table and we're going to make Jeff a bowl and he's going to try it. This didn't thicken as much as I thought it was going to. I guess I should show y'all this part too, but there's the cheesy grits and there's the parsley. But it didn't thicken as much as I thought it was going to, but it wasn't much flour in there. It'll probably thicken as it cools too, but now we're going to get him a plate made and share that part with y'all. It's not focusing. Okay, there we go. Alright, so he's going to try it, see what he thinks, and then we'll let y'all know on the screen what we think. You didn't want my spoon to, my napkin too? What's it taste like? Like, does it taste like anything you've tasted before?
Nope.
No? Okay. Noah's got a whole lot of parsley on that bite.
I don't taste anything like that before now.
Okay. Pretty good? Alright. So I'll be back. Okay, so I'm about to get in the shower. and wanted to tell you guys what we thought about that before I do. Noah did not love it, but I think he put too much parsley on his, and it was something he was actually looking forward to, but he didn't love it. I don't know. He said he didn't want it again. Jeff really liked it a lot. I thought it was okay. So I think Noah's problem was he put too much parsley, because usually we don't garnish with parsley or anything like that. I usually do it if we do have something like that. So I don't know. It could have been that, or it could be that he just didn't like it. It also could be he's not feeling too well right now. He has a bit of a sore throat. So if we cook it again, he might try it again, but I don't know. The grits were fine by themselves the way I ate them, even without any seasoning. They would have been a little better with a little salt, but I ate them without. I told y'all I was not going to put my grits and all that together. Now, Jeff loved it like that. He said he wants to try tomatoes and grits. So that might be something he tries sometime. So that is the end of Croctober. That is all the slow cooker recipes I'm cooking for right now. That's 31 days of slow cooker recipes. And I will let you know tomorrow. I'm going to go through every single recipe, and I'm going to tell you, or I'm going to, you know, everything we tried. I'm going to go through and I'm going to tell you what we thought, and give you our opinions about them, what we might change, what we might not change, because we did discuss things later after I had done the videos. And I do believe that on the sesame chicken, I didn't tell you on the screen what Jeff and Noah thought about it. They thought it was fine, but it's not something they loved. And I feel like the other sesame chicken I've done before was better. So anyway, we had the same opinion about that one. But I'm going to go through and try to give you a little bit more detail. Tell you what we thought about our experience with cooking slow cooker meals for 31 days. Or slow cooker things for 31 days. Or 31 times. I didn't do them all the same day. There was a couple that, or I didn't do them all in order. Like, how am I supposed to say this? There were a couple of times where we had previous engagements that we had already planned, or something like that, that we needed to have something. So a couple of the desserts were pre-recorded, but it was just 2 of them. So, you know, we still could taste it and let you know what we thought. And I want to, you know, just go over our experience with doing slow cooker things for so long. And I don't know exactly what's going to be happening in November, but I've got some thoughts, some things I'm figuring out. I'm also want to talk to y'all about some different things I'm doing until I get to go to the doctor that are helping me with the back issues. My doctor's diagnosed me with chronic pain, so I already knew that though, but he had to put it official, I guess, because it's on my records now. So I don't know what that means, but I already knew that was happening. But I try to stay in good spirits. I try to just go on and do what I can. But I do want to do a video that, since I am experiencing this right now, that tells, maybe will help someone else who is going through different things and they still want to get things done in their home. That, I don't know, maybe some tips and tricks of things I'm doing right now. I'm going to try to do that. I don't know if it's going to work out or not. But that's all I have for today. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. The meal was okay. Jeff loved it, and Noah was not so happy about it. He's coming in here giving me a thumbs up, and he can't, y'all can't see him. He's crazy. Now he's looking at his fingernails. But anyway, I'm about to go shower and relax for the rest of the evening, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Thank you for hanging out with me today, or us today, because he was home. And if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you like my channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the bell so that you'll be notified whenever I upload. Share with a friend. Remember, I don't only do cooking. I did for this whole month, but that's not all I do on here, because my normal stuff is all kinds of stuff. I mean, which you did see some grocery hauls, but normally I'm doing something other than cooking. I don't usually cook every day on my channel. So I want to let you know that, because I did get some new friends here hanging out with me, and I wanted to make sure you knew that. Now, I do cook quite a bit. I share different things we cook. Sometimes it's repeats, but it's not every day that I cook on this channel. So just want to make sure you knew that if you're new. So anyway, leave me a comment down below. Let me know how you're doing, because I really do want to know. And remember, don't take any wooden nickels, and be sweet.